Hello, talking in the mic.
Don't breathe into the mic challenge. It's impossible. That's right. Think please on day. And
Chocolate rain.
today's Monday. Today's Monday.
Whoa.
And it's Raisin Man Arena, Monday, November 29th, 2002.
Yep.
We got a guest with us today. You want to say hello?
2022.
What did I say?
20.
Bro, I said that same mistake last night.
You said
during
2002.
Yes, I made it. We were on an important industry call with Simpletown, and I also said 2002 when I meant 2022.
This guy doesn't know what year it is.
Bro.
And they said,
oh my God.
Okay, these guys are idiots. We're not giving you a television
This guy
show.
has early onset dementia.
They have an imbecile in their group. We can't go forward with
This
them.
guy's a mental moron. So we got Karli Maruli
Hello.
joining us today.
It's an honor.
The honor is all ours.
Comedian, Raisin Man listener.
And that's comedian with an N and an N and an E.
Yeah.
Comedienne.
Dude, that's right. Comedian.
It's like penne.
Mm-hmm. People don't know that's how you pronounce it, but it is.
Italian American.
That's right. Proud. I don't care what anyone says.
Tweeter, Raisin Man listener.
And recent TikTok star.
Recent TikTok. Really?
Oh my God.
What happened? I don't know.
This is humiliating. I had a clip go pretty good.
Yo.
But
was it
say,
of you
come
doing
on,
stand-up
don't under-
with like
Stand
the
up.
words.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Don't
that's-
undersell
Figured
it.
out-
Bro,
I
that
finally-
is so good.
Thank you.
It's
thank
hard
you.
to go viral with that kind of
Yes.
content now. So congrats.
Well, I finally figured out how to. It took me so long to realize you just have to make everything really, really big and like children's book easy to read and consume.
Yes.
And that's
The
how
words.
stuff goes. Yes. And it's like your face has to be big, the words have to be big. It's just gotta be
And the
so
and the
easy.
subtitle should be like, you're about to laugh. It should hold your hand the whole time.
Big time.
Really?
Comedian makes you laugh in 20 seconds if you just wait.
Oh, you say that in the subtitles.
No. Of course
Okay.
not. He's joking.
I'm sort of
Okay.
hyperbolizing, but
I don't know. I know I'm genuine. I'm like a child just hearing about a foreign land I've never been to.
It has to, I think, visually interrupt the flow of your feed too. It's got to be very clickable, which is, I mean, who wants to worry about stuff like that? You know,
Yeah.
I'm not
wow.
in marketing.
Me and Karli had one conversation about engagement, and now she's Gary
I was like,
Vaynerchuk.
I'll post
She's
a
been to
clip.
like a business school.
Yeah.
That's right. I have
Yeah.
meetings for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'm taking generals.
But you got almost 1 million views on it?
almost on
Dude,
the
that's
further
tight.
end of a
It's
million.
like crack, you know, once those views and those likes
Well,
start coming in.
Here's the thing. I don't think any of my other stuff is going to do that well.
In the future?
Yeah, like ever.
No.
I think it was like a real lightning strike.
But that doesn't matter. I think you
yeah?
could get close to it.
Sure.
I don't know. I think... Huh?
Go ahead.
I have one thing on TikTok that
I was
has
gonna
like
ask about your TikTok.
like a couple million views, but then most of the other stuff is like a couple thousand, like tens of thousands, and then so you just you learn to like gauge like, okay, usually my posts do about this well.
Mm-hmm.
I think TikTok kind of gives you one sometimes. That's
Yeah,
my
they're
feeling.
like-
Send one
And
around the world
Yes.
for you.
And
We're gonna
they-
make you a star.
yeah. And then they
You
kind
throw
of
it in all
fuck
the
up your other
satellites.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually when they feel like you've done enough time or posted enough, they give you another one.
That's so wrong. There's no way that's. there's
of
no way
feel
there's
that
anything
way.
to that.
And it's a
No,
bureaucrat of
no.
the Chinese Communist Party who makes the call.
It's true. Yeah, it's a board, and then they give it a stamp at the end, and it's like a Chinese character.
Exactly.
They stamp it on your TikTok.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy when you go to someone's like profile that it gives you the total number of likes they've ever gotten. Like,
Right.
And it's always like on someone's like a big account, it's like millions and millions. It's really crazy.
That I've wondered that too. What is that metric supposed
I don't
to?
know.
What am I supposed to make that mean in my mind?
The
That's
sum
the,
total.
that's all the gold coins they have. That's
That's
the
how
full
rich they
gold
are.
coins.
Yes. That's how much
Wow.
money they'll receive when they deactivate their TikTok.
Yeah. Exactly. When they
You
turn
get
it, when
that-
they
you can
when they
cash it in.
liquidate, when they
Yeah.
liquidate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you can try to keep going, or you can liquidate it.
Well, if you get a certain amount of TikTok views per month or whatever, you can actually start getting paid by TikTok.
Is that how much?
Like not an insubstantial amount.
Do we know
told
do we know
me
anyone who
this
does
at a
that?
party, and he was like, "Well, have you turned on money?" I was like, what are you talking
You
about?
just haven't enabled pay.
You
You're
can
not
turn
in
on
pay
money
mode
on
for
TikTok, and I like couldn't. I thought he was doing a bit, but he was not.
It's called Creators Project or
Indeed,
something like that.
You can turn on money,
But the problem.
Did you turn on career mode in TikTok? You're still in free play.
He was doing creative mode.
Yes.
no, I don't feel like I'm posting enough to deserve it, so I haven't turned it on yet.
But I've also heard that.
Post more.
Well, yeah, but TikTok needs that money.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Okay,
heard
interesting.
that if you turn on money, you get less views. Your engagement goes down.
No.
What?
Someone told me
What
this.
the
I think it
fuck?
was Sabina actually.
Really?
I think so. She was like, "Yeah, I can tell that my views have gone down a lot."
But does she get paid?
I mean, I don't know where she's. I think it was her who told me this, so I can't. I'm not gonna like.
Maybe it was Annabelle. Ouch.
No, I mean, maybe it was. I don't know.
Oh my
Careful,
God.
careful. They're probably listening.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember who. It might have not even have been either one of them, but I heard that cause TikTok is like, we're not giving you a freebie. If
Well-
we're paying you, we're gonna make it a little harder.
Two other questions about TikTok. I've also heard that people have a theory that if you mention death, say the word death,
Sure.
it goes down.
You people
So
don't
they-
say the word white.
What if
So
you
they
say birth? Does it go way up if I talk about birth a
People
lot?
they've developed a whole language around like these like fake words
Oh,
or
yeah, like
si-
segs
like
with
segs.
two
Is that
G's
what it's
instead of
called?
sex.
Oh yes. It's like sign, but,
Oh, really?
but code. Like I think death is like forever gone or something like that. Like
What?
there's like these like
I thought-
codes that mean death.
I thought you meant like sometimes when people have captions on, they'll have like like kind of a spicier word just like spelled a little off, so it still sounds like it when she's reading, like the automated voice, but it's not like a bad word written.
This is people changing literally what they say.
No, but
though.
hear this one out. I saw a TikTok of a woman. It was posted because she was saying that white people can't be non-binary. That was her argument. And she was explaining why, and it was because of colonialism. And the way she wouldn't say white. She had a white piece of paper. And every time she was going to say white, she just held the piece of paper up and pointed at it.
Why? Just for comedic effect?
No, because apparently it like hurts the engagement on the post.
If you
They're
talk about
talking about
race.
If you talk about race, I think, yeah.
Race.
So she had to like point at this piece of paper to say that white people
Wow.
couldn't be non-binary.
Wow. I wonder what happens if you say Han Chinese
Yes, or Uyghur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, bro, you get they
like
blow
your
up your
phone
account.
starts like steaming. But what do they like though? What do they want you to talk about with Marvel? They like when you say Spider-Man,
I don't know.
avocado.
I don't avocado toast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they like. But I was recently watching this. This is like a clip that gets shared around a lot. I think it's a moment in Joe Rogan. I don't know if this is true, but there's some guest that Joe Rogan had who's like in China, TikTok. Only like if you're a kid, you have this particular kind of TikTok account that like turns off after X amount of hours, and you only get like science videos and educational videos. And so the guy literally, and then he goes on to say, he's like, TikTok is giving like their kids like vegetable TikTok. Oh no, China's giving their kids like vegetables, and they're shipping the sugar TikTok to like
fructose
American
corn
kids.
syrup.
Yeah.
The dancing and the
Yeah.
makeup.
Cool.
And the,
Wait, that's sick.
And I thought if they're clever enough to do that, then they deserve to win the
Definitely.
the national
Definitely.
the
I
Cold
wanna-
War.
I want to hear from the Chinese teens about this. You know, they must have something to say about that. Or there
Yeah,
must be a way
I wish I
around
knew
it
one.
that they.
I wish I knew a Chinese
Dude, I
team
we don't
to
know
talk to them.
anyone.
I wish we
I'd
knew
be talking to them
anyone
right
if
now.
just to get them on the podcast.
What do you
but-
think they would say, Karli?
Well, there's probably some kind of cool like workaround or like, you know what I mean?
Like
It's like,
they're
oh, you
like,
gotta
oh,
wait
you know, if you
until-
want to watch the
Yeah.
girl doing the face where she's crossing her eyes and popping her tongue out.
Exactly. You can get to it.
Yeah. you gotta
You can get
jailbreak
to
your
it.
phone.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it's like, I don't know, it's just until a certain age, and then you get the parental controls taken off. Like, there's got to be some kind of youth culture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't even know if, you know what, this is the thing. I don't know if what this guy was saying was true, but what's more interesting.
Was he Chinese?
No, he was American. what's more interesting is that he believes that. Whether or not it's true, it might be true, but that what's interesting is that he's so concerned about that.
Well, it's like those videos where it's like little kids in China like lining up to go to school, and they're all like getting hand sanitizer and their masks and their temperature taken, and it's like, look at these dead-faced kids marching in this like total, and it's just like little kids like,
Well,
they're like fine.
But I think he was saying the opposite thing, where he was like, look at these like kids that are getting the best education, and
So he's arguing that it's a good thing.
that it's a good thing, that he's
Yeah.
like the Chinese are like waging a kind of psychological
Right.
warfare by like stupidifying
And
our
it's
kids.
similar to kind of the crisis about like test scores and stuff. Like
Exactly,
China is
yeah.
always lapping us in, you know, math and science.
Yeah. So I don't really know if it's true at all, but it's like part of a panic, you know, it's part of like an anxiety that a Joe Rogan type of guy would have.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You know,
Definitely.
can I let you in on a thing about me?
Please.
Recently, I tried to figure out if I could put like a porn lock on my own phone.
So you could not access
Yeah,
porn?
so could I not watch porn? And I was.
Where do you see the
it's
porn?
kind of hard. Like it's not that easy.
What do you
to
mean? But
to,
okay.
to like
You
find a
put
porn.
parental controls
Yeah, like
on
to
your
put
phone?
like a parental lock on your. It's not as easy as like just downloading an app that like blocks porn searches from your phone.
There's
It's like
a couple of websites, right? There's not so many websites you would go to. Can't you just block those like 5 or 6 websites?
I guess you can. I could block
You
an individual
jizz.
website. Yeah.
Jizz dot.
No,
Ex
it's not that
hamster?
one.
Yeah, xhamster.
Jizz.sam.org.
Jizz dot
No,
gay.
it's not that
Gay
one
Sam
either.
dot jizz.
It's not, but keep guessing. No, I was just like, I'm not even like a fiend. I'm just like, I was like, oh, I should try and do a month where I don't watch porn.
Bro,
And to, like,
no, not
help.
November is ending. The
You
train
can
already.
pick your own month at any time.
I
and
know,
do
but you don't.
that.
But you don't have the camaraderie of other
That's,
men
you
that
don't
you're doing
have
it
the
with.
power of like an army behind you. Your brothers, holding
exactly.
arms with you.
Yeah.
I was kind of doing that this month.
Really?
Did you give
No
up?
porn?
No, well, it's not.
It's not about porn. It's about no nut.
No nut.
No,
You can't
Oh.
nut
even
at
just
all.
to
No,
the
I would
feeling,
never.
right?
And I was looking for an app that stopped me from nutting. I couldn't find it. Surprisingly hard.
You have to go get this implant, all the surgery.
Hypno. You have
I
to
could
look at
never
hypno
do
videos.
that. I would, if I stopped nutting, I would like murder somebody.
No, dude,
Wow.
you'd become really like smart.
I'd
It would be like
supercharged. Yeah.
Meditate.
I don't know. I would exercise more.
I was just.
or I'd get really into like building furniture or something
I didn't-
kind of.
I didn't stop masturbating altogether, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Like I would sometimes do it during the day, like to interrupt a time of like working.
Same, yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that because I find that sometimes I do it even when I don't want to,
And
just
it's a
because
waste
I'm
of
bored.
time. Can
Yeah.
take quite a while if you're.
Yeah, and I was just noticing that like it wasn't. Sometimes I would do it and it wouldn't even feel good. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna not do it for like a long time and see how long I can go. And it's like I'm allowed to do it, but just not as like a palliative. Like I noticed that I was using it as a way to deal with like when I was anxious or when I had a thought cross my mind that was like kind of anxiety inducing. And then I discovered that if I stopped and just dealt with the anxiety, then masturbating could be more related to sex than to anxiety, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So I did it halfway, and it was quite good for me, and I kind of want to keep doing that.
Nice. I think also maybe like, you know, some people like will be like, I'm gonna eat or not gonna eat during these blocks of time. Like, I think it's maybe also helpful to do a
Totally.
system like that.
I
Where
was
it's like,
do-
here are my hours where I'm allowed to do it.
I was doing that, and then I also would turn off my phone during the day. And both of those things, I was doing both of those things.
That's kind of crazy.
Jesus, what do you have left?
Yeah, really. What do you do?
What are you
Just my
doing
mind.
in your
What do you
room?
drift towards every other second?
You're still in your room a lot. What are you doing?
So you're just in your room, just kind of. Were you praying?
Yeah.
Praying in your room.
Praying, looking at.
So no phone, no masturbating.
I was still looking at Twitter
Jesus.
and stuff, but I noticed that like if I went out to do an errand, for instance, I wouldn't bring my phone, or if I stopped bringing my phone to the bathroom, or I wouldn't have my phone on in front of me all the time.
I will, like, to avoid being without my phone, I will convince myself that I like really need it.
What do you mean?
And I'll like pay for everything with like Apple Pay. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to bring my wallet. I can just bring my phone.
You don't bring your wallet around, you just bring your phone around?
If I'm just buying like one thing, or yeah, No, actually, yeah. If I'm not going to be like carded, or like I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be carded anywhere, or like need my ID, yeah, I'll leave my wallet at home.
What if they did card you and then you showed them your phone and you said, well, my parents said that I couldn't have it until I was 21, so here's proof that I'm 21.
The phone?
Yeah.
That would be weird.
I couldn't.
That would be weird.
That would be weird,
Felipe.
Felipe. You know what I have had to do just because I've forgotten my wallet is show a photo of my ID to a bouncer or bartender.
On your phone?
Yes. And that works.
And he
like your
accepted
COVID
that?
vaccine, does it work?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
That's you, I guess.
I'm just saying.
That would be so easy to fake, though.
Totally. I think, yeah, it's not really a security measure. They're just like kind of letting me through.
Yeah.
A formality.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here? What were we talking about?
Well, because Sam,
Phone.
so how have you figured out how to stop from having porn on your phone?
I
Like
still
what-
have it on my phone.
Oh my
We can
God.
we can look at it
You-
right now.
you
You
have-
should, you know what you
porn on-
should get? You should get like an octopus to like suction onto the front of your phone, and you can't pull it off. You can't
Yeah.
use it.
That's a good idea. A squid.
A squid,
That's
but then you would be
that's
tempted
cute,
to
a cute idea.
Then you would get into the tentacle thing.
Yeah, you would
You'd be
fuck
so
the squid.
Yeah, you'd get so horny and you would just be looking at all these tentacles.
And it would be harder to put in my pocket.
Totally, it would be
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
slapping around. and
But you know
falling
those
out.
people that have those phone covers that are like, it's like an entire sculpture of Hello Kitty, and the
Yes.
phone is contained like in her mouth, but it's a
Absolutely.
huge piece of rubber that's a whole sculpture.
Those are so funny to me. I think those are really cool, and I think it's usually like cool girls that have those.
That's not what I would say.
It's like double the size of the phone.
Yeah.
And it's like that's like the joke. Like that it's like impractical. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess that is the joke. I don't know if the people I've seen that have it are cool.
Who are you seeing with these cases?
People in my college who were, let's just say, in the illustration department.
Oh my god. If you're listening and you're in the illustration department, Felipe thinks you should die
no.
with your big BMO phone case
Oh my god.
from Adventure Time.
I just had my high school reunion last Saturday.
Oh yeah, wait, talk about that.
I was gonna tell you this story. I hope this guy doesn't. I was like, he's not gonna listen to this. But there's this guy from my high school that really wants me to like work on a cartoon with him.
Ooh.
And he was like the
Mistake number one: if you ever want to be Felipe's friend,
like, do not work on a.
do not go up to him and ask him if he can work on a cartoon for you.
Absolutely no, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, that's bad vibes.
But what's funny is that this guy was like the head Chad of the school, like the alpha dog, and then
But that trajectory makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like alpha kind of guy like that is like, oh, I love like Rick and Morty. I love Family Guy. I could come up with a cartoon.
yeah,
Who the fuck do I know? I could hit up Weird Felipe.
I could hit up Felipe.
He'll make my cartoon.
Yeah, he thought he was doing you a favor.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's like,
absolutely.
let's take this to the top, man.
Well, basically in college, he hit me up and he's like, I got this idea, and he was tweaked out that I would steal it. So I'm not even. I'm like, I don't want to say it
gotta
because
broadcast it.
he'd be like, fuck, everybody knows. It's literally like not even. It's not like totally fleshed out. It's basically a sitcom that takes place in college. I guess but it's real. Like you can tell he's like a guy that really had fun during college. And so he sends me this script. This was when I was in college, and he
That's
sends.
sick.
Yeah.
That's really
cool.
awesome.
And he sends me
He's
this.
like, this is all based on real events, by the way.
He sends me the script, and like he just was really trying to sell me on like basically doing all the work to make it. And I said, I don't have time, but I'll give you some feedback. So I gave him feedback in college, like, and I read through his script and I gave him notes, which sounds like a little cucked, but it was like, I was like, this is a fun exercise for me. It's like giving notes on a script. It was like really a person who had never written a sitcom script before. And I knew
Was it funny?
I didn't find it funny.
No.
No, so I guess not. But he doesn't find me funny. And he was like, yeah, you have this like weird sense of humor. And I was like, it's like, just say you don't think I'm funny.
He was kind of unfunny.
So he like sends me and I give him all of these notes, and he was really like on the phone. I mean, I was in Providence and he was, I don't know, Connecticut or something. He was like, yo man, like I'm really trying to sell you on this. Like, it's really like, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't have the time, but good luck. And he was like, oh, I know like a guy high up at somewhere, Netflix or something. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't have the time, but like good luck. And if you ever want to like send me another draft or whatever. I was being quite nice. And then I saw him at the reunion. So this is like 6 years later, maybe more, like 7 years later. And he comes up to me, and at first he like starts really gassing me up. And he's like, yo, man, like you were like the most brilliant guy in our grade, da 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 da. And at first,
So he's getting desperate. He's gotten a lot of no's on this. He's coming back.
No,
to
bro,
you.
he has not worked on it at all. He's gotten 0 no's because he just forgot it. I think he genuinely forgot about it for 7 years. Then
he comes up to the reunion party and he's like, so you've been working on it?
Where's my fucking pitch deck?
You got anything to show me? At first he's like gassing me up. He's like, you're so brilliant, man. And I was like, I've been too harsh on this guy. Like, he's being so nice to me. But then he like really hardcore. He goes like salesman mode, like in a big way. Ooh. And he's like, bro, like I really think if you gave this a shot, like if you really put time into this, like he's like, it's a layup. He kept saying that. I was like, I'm giving you a layup.
Is he still like big timing you right now, or is he like coming on?
Is he still selling
like
the big Netflix guy and stuff? Like,
well, so I think
like he's offering you this big opportunity.
I know he was like, I mean, he was kind of big timing me in the sense that he wasn't asking me any questions about what I did to find out that I know a little bit about the industry, and he was being like, I know this like guy that's high up at Netflix, and I was like, bro, that guy probably doesn't work there anymore. Yeah. That guy probably got fired. Number one,
you know, one guy. Listen to the Raisin Man podcast. You would know that I actually am quite familiar with a lot of the people in various streaming services.
Netflix just restructured their whole animation department. They're only looking for big IP. So I was just like, in that sense, he was big timing me, but I didn't feel like any type of way just because I was like, oh, this guy like just doesn't know anything and thinks he's like really giving me like a big bag of money here.
He doesn't know about the big bean mouth style.
He doesn't know a bit about the flapping bean mouth. He doesn't know about the TikTok following. Nope. And I don't know. It was just funny. Like I think he's like a guy. He was like a guy that's really. He was like, I know this idea is going to make me rich. That's kind of what he said, and that's sort of where his mind's at.
That rocks.
Yeah, that's rocks. What you want.
Watch him just
guys
like
will always
just
win.
go right over your head and do it anyway.
Bro, if he did and he does well,
he will.
Good luck to him.
He will. Those are the people that end up making shows.
Totally. Yeah.
If he really believes in it, like he says, yeah. Why would he not do it?
I was just like, you just need to rewrite the script, which I know he won't do. And he was like, he just wants me to do all of it. Because it's like, there's no idea there. It's like a messy script he wrote. I was like, so what? You just want me to like develop your entire show? I was like, I don't feel like doing that just because you know a guy at Netflix. Like, doesn't. But it was like a funny like high school, like, going back to high school experience.
That is really funny.
And we tell her about the thing he did.
Oh, that's right.
What the hell?
He was like, bro, I'm giving you a layup here. And then the rest, so we literally didn't, I tried talking about something else with him. I was like, so you got a girlfriend? Like, what's going on? But like, he didn't really seem very interested in like talking about anything else. And then throughout the rest of the night, every time that he saw me, he said I had given you a layup, and he would do this with his hand.
Oh my god! Oh, that's awful.
Oh, I thought when you told the story to me, I thought he was beckoning you.
No. He was doing a gesture as if like a layup of a basketball.
That's atrocious.
Huh?
That is so weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope he's not listening. He's ultimately.
Well, he knows it's a no if he's listening.
He knows it's a no. I know. I was too
certainly a no.
I was too nice to say no straight up. I was like, I have like stuff I'm doing. Like, I'll think on it. Let's keep in touch or whatever. But
well, it sounds like you've said no a few times now, and like you said, he's done like no work to find out what your contribution even would be. Like he's
like, this will be just like banjo.
What the fuck is your
one
comment?
of the king? Fuck. What's his name? Bear Claw Banjo or
Banjo?
What? Banjo
doesn't he have
Kazooie?
a first name though?
No, his name's just Banjo.
His name's just Banjo. Fuck.
Don't worry about
Banjo,
it.
Your character.
You do not have to read a single Little Idiot. It does not matter to me.
I meant to do a funny
love when
joke
she's
that would make
breakdancing
you
on the
guys
stove.
laugh, and instead I just revealed how little
that you've
I
never
know.
read the comic.
I knew even less. I like didn't even know that you were referencing a Felipe thing. I was like, what are we talking about now?
You don't know Banjo?
I know Banjo. Of course I know Banjo. He's got the eyes.
He's got the big eyes. Yeah.
I can say that about anything you ever drawn.
It's
got like big eyes.
They always got
I
eyes.
read the more pictorial ones.
I wanna look at the comments real quick. Let's see. Sabina did say talking about the creators fund on TikTok. She says,
"Yeah, I peeked at this.
It probably was me. The creator fund tanked my engagement, but then I left and rejoined, and it's been a little better again. But I think I only
leave and rejoin. That's not good.
I think I only ever made like $80 something total.
What does leaving and rejoining mean?
I don't know.
Like deactivate your account and start over.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Slackus is saying the key to success in comedy is working with people you don't think are funny. You know, I think in a sense that's true, but I really
There's a
didn't.
little bit of wisdom to that. Probably.
Yeah, but I really didn't think that this guy was a guy to like hitch my wagon to. You know what I'm saying? Like there are for sure like unfunny people that have power.
Right, and you can't ask that everyone along the food chain of making a project is funny. Why would they be?
No, totally. But you're either funny or you're bringing some type of value to the table. And knowing a guy at Netflix is not value that I need.
You told this guy, listen, you have zero value.
Bro,
Do you want to do a shot of tequila with me?
You are a low value man.
But
I've scanned you for value. I haven't found any.
Exactly.
But Felipe was indeed
Destroys
following
him.
that advice when he decided to make a podcast with Sarah Wilson and I.
Right. Hell yeah.
That's exactly
Too high value.
Unfunny comedians.
Wow.
All right.
Was the rest of the night fun? It was fun to see pictures of like you and Will like doing shots.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out with like Will and our friend Kyle and our friend Kim. But like, no, I think I don't know. I was disappointed. I think I wanted something like a little more like debaucherous, and it was a little like low key. And
Did any teachers show up?
Oh yeah.
Hot
No.
teachers?
no
Hot.
teachers, but there was like
Hotter than ever.
the hot girl from our grade was getting swarmed.
Wow.
Like every guy wanted
Did you
to
throw
talk.
your hat in the ring?
No, I just had a conversation with her, but I knew it was like level 1000 boss. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
should have been like, hey, listen, I haven't come in a long time. I'm saving it up
you ever hear No Nut November?
right here. Could not if I tried.
Yeah, it was kind of sad to see, truthfully.
Did she seem to get scooped by anyone? Was anyone winning?
Nobody won, and I know for a fact.
Dude, you started the improv team at your school.
Dude,
You'd
what?
think.
Did you really?
You think that would be a layup?
Yeah,
You
you'd think
know?
it'd be a
I didn't
layup.
dare. There was no improv at my high school.
Me
I
and
said,
Will
"That's
started our
fine."
improv group.
Okay,
We've been doing comedy since then.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I did theater in high school because there was no like formal comedy.
What were you in a play?
I was in everything. Plays, musicals,
But you sang?
a little.
Can you sing a song from one of the plays?
No.
Just hum it or something.
Nope. I
What
don't
play
sing
were you
anymore.
in?
I'm retired.
Sure.
I was in How to
You got
Succeed.
nodes?
Yeah, I got nodes. I have vocal fry now. I was in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Okay.
I was in Susical.
Susical.
I was in
a
Greece.
person.
I was in Anything
person,
Goes. Yes.
No matter how small.
It's like pro-life.
Yeah, the pro.
It literally
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
How big were your roles?
Toward the end of high school? Sheesh.
Were they big?
Yeah, dude. Singing solos and stuff.
You sang a solo?
Yeah,
I've
many times.
never heard you sing.
I know.
Come on, just hum a little bit.
I don't anymore. I don't sing. I don't
Did
do any
you
of that.
sleep with the hot jock who auditioned their senior year?
No, I
Okay.
didn't sleep with anyone except my boyfriend.
Nice.
In high school.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed that. You had a boyfriend that was in theater?
Well, he was in stage crew.
Oh, classic pairing.
Yes.
Wow, that is
The working class
powerful-
stage
That's where
crew
the
guys.
that's where the real men are.
That's right.
Behind the scenes.
Pulling huge ropes.
Dude, the
Hammering.
stage crew
Yeah.
people get so much pussy.
Do they?
They're at least in my high school.
Not in
They
high
were
school.
all like kind of weird. They were the same people who were like the Jack the Skeleton, like
Totally.
goth
Sure.
kids, and
Totally.
Emo
those
kids.
kids were fucking since like 7th grade. You know?
Right, but with
Yes.
each other.
With each
Fingerless
other.
Not.
gloves.
Yes.
It wasn't like they were
No, of
pulling
course.
any random person. It
course.
was like
Of course, yeah, fucking each other, which is honestly the best strategy you can have
True.
for having sex in high school is creating your own subculture, which
So then
all
you can
agree.
rise to the top of that hierarchy.
exactly.
Far easier than the
Yes.
overall hierarchy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be valuable.
You
within
create
the
like
community.
another conference inside of your school,
Certainly.
and you get to
Certainly.
you just play that tournament.
And you have to protect it with your life.
Yeah.
You have to keep it going. I remember
Yeah.
there was this one weird girl in stage crew, and this one rehearsal, she had just gotten like her nipple pierced. So she was like calling everyone back into the darkness to like come look at it and like touch
Wow,
it.
wait, the
Whoa.
darkness,
like
in
the like the
backstage?
wings, yeah. She was like, I got my nipple pierced. Do you want to see it? And I was like, yeah,
Wow.
dude.
That's fire.
Yeah, it was cool.
I remember in high school there was a person who was working in stage crew who really wanted to make out with me,
Ooh.
and I remember not really wanting to make
And
out.
she was
with
wearing
them.
like a little fox hat.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the
but-
little the tail keychain.
I did this funny thing where I was like, it was us two like cleaning up the stage or something after school, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll make out with you. And then I like made out with her for 15 minutes, and I was like, I have to go home.
15 minutes. That's a lot.
No,
Whoa.
15.
15 is
Still,
a
that's
long
a
ass time.
lot.
That's what I said.
Did you
Oh,
like? Okay, that's what I said. Were you like moving on to anything? Was there any kind of?
No. I guess I just remember it is funny because it was like a perfunctory thing. I was like, okay, I guess I have to say yes to this person and kind of
Just-
give them a make out. But then I was like, all right, I have to go home now. And then we like never talked about it really.
So you weren't like into it.
No. It was just kind of the classic give a person a thing that they want, you know, and that way you can kind of assuage whatever heat you're feeling from.
See, I would
them
feel the
wanting.
opposite, which is that I'd feel like, well, if I make out with them, then they're gonna want something else. They're gonna think it's on.
Right.
Right.
It's not that they're not gonna be like, okay, now it's done.
Yeah. Now we
Yeah.
never have to speak again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Finally, I can stop talking.
I was like
Yes, make
15,
out,
so
that's
maybe it was in some like sort of pre-sexual. I knew it could never go farther, I guess. For
Had
me
you
at
not had
least.
sex yet?
No.
You were like 15.
I guess I could have had sex.
No, I mean really young. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unusual.
So she was never
Um,
like, let's go to your house and make out on your
no.
couch.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess for some reason in my head at that time I thought that was how the deed would be sealed.
I think that also
and-
feels like someone who's like, I want to like check this off kind of my list.
Yeah, maybe there was
Sam
a bit
can
of
do
that too. Thank
Yeah.
you for bringing this story out of me and helping me
Oh
see
my
the
God,
different
of
sides.
course.
So wait,
Yeah.
did she have something you wanted? Like,
Yeah, what was
what was the trade? You just did it so she would stop trying to
Did
hook up with
she-
you?
Okay, so here's the real question. Did she start telling people afterwards?
I
Or did
can't-
you tell anyone?
I can't remember,
Okay.
to be honest. Truly, I can't remember if it. I remember not feeling like anxious about people finding out about it. Maybe I wanted people to find out about it.
Okay. But you weren't
But-
like spreading it.
No, I wasn't telling people.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I guess I remember thinking at some point during high school, like my sophomore year, in which like making out was a thing people just did with each other really casually. And so it was like a kind of casual hookup or something like that. Maybe we had agreed somehow that this was going to be like a casual hookup. And so we just made out for 15 minutes and then
And
like,
this was, I'm
stopped.
imagining this backstage.
No, this was in the like theater seats.
I see.
Ooh.
Facing
But
the
you, it
stage.
was
Yeah.
you were alone.
We were alone in the theater
What time of the day was it?
at night
Wow.
Was it after rehearsal or?
after a rehearsal. Yeah.
Why was there not an adult around?
I
That
don't
seems like
know.
the thing they're there to prevent.
No,
You
yeah,
could
it's true.
have done a lot
I
more.
know public high school is like bustling with adults in like the afternoon and evening.
Did people have sex in your high school?
Yes. Big time.
Like
there
in the-
was
in the
like a
school?
stairwell or something?
Dude, one
I
time
think
there was this girl, I think she was like a senior when I was like a sophomore.
Uh-huh.
And this like really mean math teacher like came into one of the bathrooms and like caught her like blowing some boy.
Oh.
In the
Yeah.
stall?
How
Yeah,
embarrassing.
yeah.
Must be
Wait,
tough.
but I feel like you can, because if you're blowing someone in the stall,
Yes.
you hear someone come in,
I
you're like,
would
okay,
never do
lift
that.
lift your feet, lock the door.
There's like someone like
Wait.
kneeling like on the ground, you know? And there's someone
I
standing.
feel like you can wait it out. I don't know. I don't know.
It happened too fast. He
Too
caught
fast,
them
okay.
and it was really humiliating.
What happened?
I think they got suspended. The teacher was like really grossed out. I remember
I mean,
that.
that
He was
is-
like very
that is
disturbed.
really gross.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
He was like, what is that? What are you doing? He was like a virgin teacher. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why do you need two people to go to the bathroom?
Right. Wait. One at a time in the bathroom. We know this.
Wow. Yeah. I heard of people having sex in my school, but I never saw it.
Mm.
People in the stairwell and stuff.
My stepbrother worked at a high school, and he like would catch kids having sex all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
That's so gross.
Missionary, doggy.
Yeah, really.
everything you can imagine.
Oh
a
my
flea bit.
god.
Yeah,
Cowgirl.
yeah.
Reverse.
Reverse cowgirl.
Right.
Clothes
Wheelbarrow.
off, clothes
Wheelbarrow.
on, kissing.
Human
Hugging.
centipede.
Yeah,
Groping.
groping.
Sounding.
Whoa.
Lights off, lights on.
Upskirt.
Upskirt, downskirt.
MILF.
MILF.
Asian.
Elf.
Elf. Monster.
Monster. Orc.
3D.
3D.
3D mom.
3D. Mom.
Incredibles.
Overwatch.
Mrs. Incredible.
Sister.
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Blender.
Blowjob. Cum shot compilation.
Bruh.
Withholding.
Is that a thing?
Sure.
Stepmom.
Stepmom.
That is-
Stepdad.
Stepdad. Stepmom.
Cheaper by the dozen.
What's that?
You know cheaper by the
yeah,
dozen
yeah.
is?
You're riffing on it, but that's not a real
Sure.
porn.
I'm sure there is a
There's
cheaper by the
gotta be
dozen.
one.
That's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be awesome.
Yeah.
It's 12 stepchildren having sex with their mom,
It's just like 12 like gross adults. They all have like tattoos and stuff.
and one of them looks like Steve Martin.
He's like a silver wig.
Yeah.
But he's like buff
Yeah.
and like a huge
He's like really
dick.
muscular. Bro, speaking of muscular, the Liver King is taking steroids.
Who is the liver king?
Can you believe it?
I didn't have time to look into that.
You knew about the Liver King, right, Sam?
Yes. Yes.
He was like one of these influencers. Or do you know more about him than I do?
I'll try and sit and explain the explanation, and then you can fill me in if. Oh, we have Sandy Honig in the chat.
Wow.
Just so you know, if you write a long story, we will
Sorry,
get to
Sandy.
it, but it will just take us a moment. Okay.
Yes.
So Sabina said something interesting, so we'll
We're gonna
get to
get
that. Liver King is a guy who he's like a conservative, a part of this like outcrop recently of like conservative like TikTokers mostly, but also on YouTube and other social media apps who like are all about like these like performing these increasingly insane stunts of like what they call like masculinity, really, but it mostly involve eating really gross things as part of like a diet of like a paleo diet or something like that. But it goes beyond
I've heard of
paleo,
that, like the
where you-
raw meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think he would eat
Stuff.
liver.
And he would eat balls and testicles and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's like gone the full like loop now, where they're now like eating animals like testicles and stuff. So it's like kind of gay or something now, ironically. But yeah, it's all about being.
It
a
is
man.
gay to eat another cow's testicles.
That's
They're
right.
obsessed with like the
That's really
genitals,
gay.
Sure.
the male genitals, and
Why?
like eating
There's
them.
no
and
like
consuming them.
lingering testosterone. It's just the muscle.
I don't know. The Liver King knows more, and maybe there is a lingering something.
You think so? Just like
there's got to be a
dry,
reason why he's
scraped
eating
out
it. Yeah.
like cow balls.
And he hates sunblock, and he's always like doing a thing where he's like he'll pick an item. He's like, "Fuck sunblock. You don't need sunblock. Like the sun like up tempos your like neurotransmitter pathways, so you can like lift more or whatever." He's filled with all this like pseudoscience, and then he takes a huge machine gun and he shoots the like sunblock bottles.
Oh, cool.
That's
So it's all these like obviously
To show
these-
you that
these
he doesn't
social-
use it.
Yes,
He's
exactly.
done with it. He, won't
He
use
will
that
not ever
anymore.
use it. He
Yeah.
will shoot it.
And so he like does all this stuff, these like social media stunts essentially to go viral. And all these people kind of like have to one up each other now by like doing increasingly insane stuff. But Liver King was like one of the big guys.
Well,
who
also,
did
he was
that.
extremely muscular.
Yeah, he's like a buff guy who like never is wearing a shirt
So
and
he's
has a
doing
huge
like
beard.
it sounds like kind of parody almost, right?
It
he's
is
just
almost
saying all
like
this-
parody.
It's almost like
Yeah.
he's writing jokes.
Yes.
It's like, well, you don't need sunscreen because this and this. It's just like a
Right,
like an
right.
alpha male. Like,
Exactly. Well, apparently he like goes to like UFC tournaments, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe you're the best fighter in the world, but can you eat this gross ass shit?" And then the
Wow.
like,
So he's like a
UFC
man on the
guy
street
has
guy,
to
like,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, then these
Does
man
he
on the
have,
street
like-
bits are getting huge on
Totally,
TikTok.
and is he like
Yes.
clouded? Like, are the UFC guys like, oh, it's this guy?
Right. Yeah,
It'll
I think
help
they
both
know
of our
him. Yeah.
platforms.
Yes.
Well, also the other thing that's key for this thing that happened is that he was all about like a natural, like he's all natural. But then apparently these emails got leaked that he's taking like thousands of dollars in like steroids and different
Wow.
kinds of like
That's extremely unnatural.
yes. So
Right.
it kind of it was like it made the whole house came down,
Totally.
the whole castle.
seems-
But I guess if you're invested in that guy being like right, then that sucks.
Yeah.
But if you're just like there for the entertainment, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
instance,
wrestling.
I don't care.
Felipe doesn't
I didn't care before, and I don't care now.
He's, no sweat off his
Yeah.
back.
But that guy,
That
Liver
hurts.
King now, Felipe, is an executive at Netflix.
Ah,
He's
fuck.
really high
So-
up at Netflix.
So
You think
now
you can
do
discard someone, but you don't
Dude.
know what they
It would
have.
be a
Yeah.
layup.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would be an easy layup because he's on steroids.
Yeah.
Just lay up
But
and-
he's still he's kind of in that same universe as the like yogi cum drinking guy.
Oh, you see that
Even
guy?
though they like
I haven't seen him in a
occupy
minute.
The guy who
Yeah.
does the anus workshops,
the anus workshops. Yeah.
Anus workshop.
and he drinks his own urine, and he does like homoerotic bonding
Yeah.
with his bros.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he strokes his mushroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. I almost said, what's that?
But you haven't seen this guy?
He's like a really curly beard,
I think
right?
his name is like William. I want to say Bamfield, but isn't that a guy who used to do comedy in Brooklyn?
I don't know. That
Will
name-
Bamford.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
that's.
who-
I think that's
Maria
the guy.
Bamford?
Maria Bamford.
William
I
Banks.
I think this guy's like name is William Bamfield. I could be wrong. Anyways, but yeah, there's like a increasing like concern about like like what did the like most primitive man do, and how can we do that so that we're as strong as possible?
That's such flawed logic.
Why?
Wh- wh-
Wait, I want to hear what Carly thinks is flawed.
Why would
logic.
the first ever guy be like the best version?
You're right. You'd think that through trial and error, we've discovered.
And they didn't live very long.
Well, I don't
So
know.
like, sure
about,
they didn't have as
did
many
they?
like toxins. They didn't have like microplastics and all that shit.
That's
but like,
true.
I don't know. It's all about prolonging the human life.
I don't know if they didn't live long. You know that thing that people say like, oh, people used to live until their 40s. I actually read that like life expectancy once you got past like childhood, which is actually the really dangerous time, people did live to be as old as like people live now, more or less.
And when you think about depictions of like old, like even like Disney movies about like cave people, there's like an old grandma. Always.
You're right. There is
Right?
an old grandma.
Yes.
There's like
And
an
those
old
Disney
grandma.
movies are the best.
That's all we
like
have.
yeah, the
Yeah.
best evidence we have of what it was like to live in that
Of
time.
past peoples.
Yeah.
Mhm.
times.
Well, you do look at people in their like 20s, pictures of people in their 20s in like the 19th century, and they like look like they're 65.
Do you think that so?
Yeah,
Maybe that's because of like sunscreen.
they're
And,
yeah, because of no sunscreen.
and no one had Instagram filters.
Yeah.
I
to
know,
give you
it's
a little,
true.
little pink nose.
Yes, and little like cat
And the, like,
whiskers.
blush. Yeah. So they definitely didn't have that.
So there's that to consider to throw into the pot of this
Mhm.
conversation.
Wow. Do we
Yeah.
want to review the chat?
Well, I'll say this, Liver King. You know, I wish you the best. Whatever you need to be buff and to live your best life, I don't care. And if you want to, jump over into a slightly more left-wing space where you can do steroids, because on the left, we can do steroids.
Yes.
Yes.
The left
They're
will let you do
welcomed.
steroids
Absolutely.
because
Body
we're
mods welcome.
we're very live and let live.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to jump to the left and become Antifa or BLM or something,
Hmm.
you can do as many steroids as you want.
Become
Mhm.
BLM.
You can become BLM. So think about that.
Totally.
Because you know that his fans are dragging him through the mud. They're jumping off the bandwagon in droves. I don't care.
He's a man without a country right now.
Man without a
He
country.
needs
So
a life raft.
it's time for us to sweep him up. Let's see.
Give him a little mullet, a little non-binary haircut.
Yeah,
Let's see.
that would be cute.
Oh, we could also
Oh.
talk about the Balenciaga thing.
Oh, yeah.
Balenciaga. Oh, the
Balenci-
child porn stuff?
Yeah.
Totally.
Raisin Man refuses to condemn anti-Semitism.
What? When did that happen?
Well, early on,
Yeah, I guess we haven't
Over
yet.
the course of our,
but we
I
can-
guess this is.
there's a bit in the chat that Sandy's doing.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll do it right now.
I can
Okay.
barely read
I
this.
condemn anti-Semitism
Is it my turn?
on me in behalf of Raisin Man. So yeah, you don't have
Oh,
to.
sure.
If you don't want to speak on your stance on anti-Semitism, Carly,
You don't have to.
yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let my stance on anti-Semitism percolate a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna keep it under wraps for now.
I need to get more facts.
Okay,
That's right.
yeah.
I need
I need
to,
to
I'm
look it up.
gathering data. I'm
Yes.
gathering data. I'm going out tomorrow and I'm collecting samples.
It feels like in the social media era, you just have to have your opinions
Totally.
right hot off the press. I want to think about it.
I want to hear all
Totally.
sides.
yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, apparently,
so it's mostly this is about us being anti-Semites.
yeah.
So in Balenciaga, they
Yes.
It's funny that,
In
that
Balenciaga.
Felipe casts me in this role sometimes to explain the thing because I'm the worst at
Has
explaining.
Gabby
Wait, no,
told you
man.
about this?
I feel like
But-
I'm wondering if you know more about it than I do, or if because I know.
Well,
like,
I
bits of it.
follow Diet Prada on Instagram.
Who's
Sure.
that?
And
You
high
don't know
high
Diet Prada?
snobiety.
Who's that Prada?
You know Liver Guy? You don't know Diet Prada?
Bro, I
Your
found out
shit is
about-
all over the
I
place.
found about Liver Guy today.
Oh my god!
I did not. I did not look at Liver Guy before.
Well, yeah, maybe I am more in the know.
Go and explain.
Um,
Explain
so
Diet Prada first.
Diet Prada is like an Instagram news outlet for like fashion.
Fuck,
news.
I gotta be following these accounts.
And High Snobiety was like originally, I think, a like Instagram sneaker account, but then
People really don't like Diet Prada. It's
Really?
like it's like a rag.
it's like
It's yellow.
Yes, they're muck No, that's good. They're like
They're like the New York Times.
sensationalizing.
Sensationalist. No,
Oh.
they're like the Post
They're like the Post.
Or
They're
the
like
Sun.
the Post.
Okay,
They're like the
okay.
Post.
or the Sun in it.
They're the Post or the Sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like the Guardian.
Yeah.
They're like
So
Reuters.
World
No.
AP.
they're like Harper's Ferry. Okay, so
Wait, do you
so-
mean Harper's Bazaar? Harper's Ferry was
they're
a
like
raid.
Ripley's
No,
Believe
Harper's
it or
Weekly.
not.
What is
Harper's
it?
Weekly.
Harper's Weekly.
Harper's Ferry was a raid.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Slave revolt.
Did you hear me?
I don't
I
know.
said-
What did you say,
I
Carl?
said they were like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That's right.
Like Madame Tussauds.
Yeah.
All right, keep
Um,
going. Sorry.
So High Snobiety.
Also, we're
is-
gonna
is
we're gonna
this-
reach 5, but I say we do a longer episode just because I'm feeling it.
We're still talking, so we.
I know,
should-
but
Yeah,
we
we still have because we started late too. We still have at least 10,
Yes,
10
I was
minutes.
Okay.
High Snobiety used to be a sneaker thing, and now it's just like fashion news as well. So what happened was that Balenciaga had this new ad campaign where that featured like children holding like BDSM items.
No, wait. They were holding teddy bears that had
Oh, okay.
sort
That's
of
right.
what I would call BDSM alluding kind of outfits,
Okay.
like harnesses.
like
and-
harnesses, yeah. But it wasn't like I don't think any of them had a whip
Did they
or.
have ball gags?
And then
We can look at the photos now.
And then some of them were of adults in offices.
Yeah.
But the most disturbing thing about this ad campaign
The
was
documents.
like in the background of all these photos were like documents and books that like alluded to various like child abuse perpetrators or child abuse cases.
I think it was
or-
a Supreme Court opinion
that was one of them, a
But-
Supreme Court ruling.
Totally.
About what child porn consists of and stuff like that. So like throughout these different images, there's like these little like Easter eggs, and
But the
Oh,
campaign
fuck.
with the kids.
Gabby's in the chat. Gabby's
Yes.
in the chat, brother.
Yes, that's what I'm
fuck,
You're done.
Fuck.
It's over for you.
It's like
the
y-
campaign
when-
with the kids in it is not the same as the campaign with
Okay,
the documents in
got
it.
it.
Sure, but
Those are
This
two
is like when
separate-
you're playing video games and your mom walks into the room and it's like, "What are you guys doing? Yeah, I thought you were in bed an hour ago."
wait.
That's what it's like when your girlfriend finds out you're talking about fashion.
Certainly the campaigns were separate, but people
Yes.
did amalgamate them. They put them together, and if you see the posts on social media,
But
you would
that's
think
misleading. That's extremely misleading.
Sure,
That's like
sure.
a totally different.
it's true. But
That would be kind of outrageous.
well. But so explain the campaign first, and then we explain the outrage second.
Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, you were
anymore,
doing good. You were doing
There's
good.
two different campaigns. One's the children holding the teddy bears
Yes.
that have like BDSM alluding stuff on them. The other, and a separate campaign is different models wearing Balenciaga clothing in offices where there's like all these like stuff in the background. these
Gabby's
Easter
saying,
eggs. Child porn is not protected free speech.
that's what the
That's what the-
opinion
But that's what
was.
the
That's what the
documents are-
alluding. There, yes, that was the one of the documents was alluding
Sure.
to.
And I've-
then
I've
another
seen-
one was like a thing about like there was a book that was written by like a guy who was like a child abuser, and then like another thing had like a guy's name on it who was like arrested for child molestation and stuff like that. Stuff
that's
like that.
weird.
Yeah, and so someone on Twitter, I guess, like figured all this out and was like, and they were on the right, and they were like, Balenciaga did this whole campaign, but it's filled with all these sinister elements in it. This proves this like theory about like the elite running like child sex rings and stuff like that, like
Totally.
Pizzagate all over again.
That's kind of a leap. I think it's weird that I think the campaign with the documents is strange.
It is strange. It's like,
but I think it's kind of silly to start like, you know, drawing lines all over the place. You know
Sure,
what I
but
mean?
that's
kind of
already a thing that
aggressive.
exists online. Is people who are like,
Oh, this is Satan, or this
yeah,
is,
or like, I mean, it
this
happened.
is
What was that? Furniture Wayfair. When did you?
Oh yeah, the child, like,
that there were like kids inside of Wayfair closets, and that way the closets. That was why the closets cost so much, because they were
but
like.
that's like a joke.
No,
That's,
but
like,
people took it
baldly ridiculous.
seriously.
Well, everyone's fucking stupid. Who would take that seriously for a second?
There were people who took it seriously.
Well, there are unhinged people who find each other on the internet.
I know, but whether or not they're unhinged isn't the question here. It's
Sure,
what they're.
but people
what they
seem to be like giving this one like real thought.
You think this one has more? This one has like more credence or something?
No, I mean it's literally what is contained in the campaign is what's there.
It's true. There's something more real in this one.
well, yeah. It's not to be clear. It's like that those stuff literally is there.
Right.
And it was deliberately put there by this production company that Balenciaga hired.
Is suing the production
And Balenciaga
company.
hired, and I already knew that actually, Gabby. I was going to get to that.
I didn't know that.
They are now suing
Thank you,
the production company because they were like, I guess these photos weren't like vetted in a way they're claiming beforehand, or they like were released before.
The
like
bigger question
a
is
proper-
like whose creative decision on the part of the production company was to put all that stuff there, and to what end?
Right. I think that the second part of that I think is the big question to me, because obviously they put it there deliberately.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously they expected this kind of thing to happen.
Totally.
But they were what were they imagining? How would that play out in a good way, or a way that like benefited? Was it just going to go viral?
My
or
feeling is that
something?
like Balenciaga has a really like what do you call it? Like particular customer base.
And
Most people don't buy that shit, and the people who buy it, I think, to me, what it represents is like that they know that edgelord stuff is sort of cool right now, and that the customer base really fucked up
they're
like
all
that.
about Twitter right now. Like
Balenciaga is?
the like girls are like stomping through like the mud.
Yes.
Everyone looked really scared. They're making art that so ridiculous, but like so on purpose.
Well, it's like the Liver King all over again. Just do increasingly
Liver King is
crazy stuff.
Balenciaga.
Yes, you have
They
to
should
do
hire-
attention.
And
you
in
know?
fact, a part of me thinks like that they were purposefully alluding to this like Wayfair thing. They were like playing with this idea of like the hidden pedophile messages.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they expected it to play well, and I don't know what the relationship is between the brand and this like production company, but it seems to me like they were like, let's do a joke about that.
Right. Yeah. Or to like make Balenciaga seem like connected to the kind of higher dark powers of the world.
Well, I mean, I remember when I saw that show they did like on the Wall Street trading floor, and I was like, this looks purposefully satanic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially given the cultural mood around finance or whatever. I was like, oh, they're purposely being like, what if we put people in like bondage masks on the Wall Street trading floor, and we got like the richest people in the world to like sit around it?
That's
and
like Banksy vibes.
Well, but not even Banksy vibes. That actually felt like it was celebrating it. Like they were like, it's kind of like chic. It's kind of chic to like finance and stuff, but like mixing it with this sort of like this sort of satanic violence. Like I think they're being like edgelords, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if the people who did the campaign are kind of right wing hipsters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's my read.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. It's like stuff like that is just always kind of lame. Like I feel like there's never, you know what I mean?
Well, what do
like
you? Well,
taking
there's
that
never
kind
what?
of like big kind of like shock value swing.
You think it's not?
Like who cares? I don't know.
I mean, clearly some people got pretty mad.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I just have a hard time like really connecting to stories like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is like technically like it's like an art company.
Yeah.
Just like keep making good art. I don't know.
I don't understand what you're saying. You're saying like, who cares that they did this, or are you saying why did they do that?
No, I don't understand like I understand of course why people do that, right? It's like you're talking about it. It's like shock value.
Sure.
I I don't know. I feel like people have been talking about Balenciaga for forever. Like, the shoes are really ridiculous, and they've just gotten, like, worse and torn up, and it's like they're clearly not trying to make, like, good-looking stuff. It's just it's like a name brand. You know, it's like the
yeah. Well, everyone loves a good fashion industry scandal, I feel like.
Sure,
and the
kinda
fashion
sexy.
industry, I think maybe more than other industries, deliberately like manufactures its own sort of scandalous things. Like Balenciaga they hired a designer to make like a $14,000 trash bag or something like that. And it's like, that's just clickbait.
Yeah, fashion's just kind of goofy, I think. Like the spray-on dress. And there was like some fashion house that like invited everyone to their like whatever, like their like New York Fashion Week thing with like a butt plug as the invitation. Like, it's just goofy. It's like people who aren't very like funny or interesting like making stuff.
I think that's pretty funny.
Sure. I don't know.
A
It's
butt
just
plug?
lame for all these like
You're gonna
cool
put a plug in your butt?
Sure,
That's
but
crazy.
I don't know. Just like the like, ooh, isn't this bad? I don't know. Who
It's true.
cares?
Child porn, isn't it bad?
Isn't it so bad?
Isn't that so bad that
It's
we
like,
did that?
Yeah, I guess it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You guys are really bad.
You got me.
Damn.
you got me. I'm shocked.
That's extra bad.
Well, that's the word on it. I mean, I wish the people of Balenciaga the best luck.
Totally.
You know, and I
they
hope
could pivot at any moment. You know,
we are come out against anti-Semitism, and we wish the people at Balenciaga the best of luck.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And if they want to send me a pair of those shoes,
the cum shoes.
the cum shoes. What are the cum shoes?
Have you seen the Balenciaga shoes that look like they've cum all over them?
No, I
They're
haven't
like
seen that.
gooped with cum.
Wow, that's cool.
Totally.
Yeah, if you want to send me one of those, I know no one's buying them.
I'll take one of those.
I'll take a pair. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. See?
Yeah. Well, so that was the two topics I thought about.
Two
What else
topics. Stand it up, put against the firing wall, and boom, now we're done.
Took them out back.
Yeah.
Took care of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
task.
What next? Race in America? The Biden, the strike, the railway union strike, and
That's right.
Biden's coming out against it.
Soda.
Biden said no.
He said soda.
Soda. That's right.
10 trillion, 500 million, 6 billion railway strikers.
That's pretty good.
I recently found out that the soda clip, he's saying Minnesota.
Yes, I knew
I didn't
this.
know that.
Will
I thought
told
he
me
was
that.
saying soda in a different
Wait,
context.
did you watch that video of Kamala Harris explaining how she makes
my
turkey?
God, it's so funny.
It's
She like chop up some thyme
Have you seen it, dude?
under the
Yeah.
skin.
It's so funny, dude.
Did you see the thread of
Yes.
like every? Oh, it's so
It was like-
funny.
They're doing, Will said this, but it's true. They're just doing her dirty, man. They're just like,
She's doing herself.
Bro, it's like
dirty.
no one asked her to
Did
do
no
it,
one's
to
asked
do
her
that
to
weird
sell
thing.
the crazy shit. Did you see
think
when
so?
she's singing the wheels on the bus?
The
that
wheels
tweet
on
that was
it?
like when the Jokers
I
went to
just
blow up a
feel
school
like
bus.
I just feel like whoever is like they
Pull
could
that one out.
control those videos way more. Like someone,
is she talking to
someone is
everyone
filming
with a
her
phone?
with a phone, and she's saying something crazy. Like surely there's an aide afterwards who goes up to that person and is like, "You have to delete that video immediately."
I just think
That's
they
insane.
don't.
Maybe not.
I just think
Maybe not.
I
Like,
just
if that's what she wants. She's in charge.
In my
you know?
opinion, you need like a pretty high like irony radar to understand exactly why that video is a problem. Because if you're just like a regular ass middle-aged person, you're like, she's explaining how to make a turkey.
It doesn't
But if-
make her seem unhinged to you.
But if you're
it
23, you're like,
obviously
bro,
is.
she's standing out. I'll have what she's having. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
wait, let me.
It's like the cocktail of drugs she's on. I want it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Wait, I want to put the video on because it's funny.
it's so funny. Like she's fun. I just don't know if she should be the vice president. But it's too late.
She does look fun.
Your face.
She's
is,
amazing.
Your face is covered.
She
on the
dated
chat.
someone really famous. Did you know that?
Didn't she date Seal?
No.
Who did she date?
It's
Can you say it in the chat if you know?
hard to believe she was a prosecutor.
Wait,
she dated
she's-
like Arsenio Hall, I think.
Really? Wait, let me play this video.
He had a show. He had a talk show. He's
Is
like
it a
a
fresh turkey?
entertainer type guy.
Wait, there's no sound. What the fuck?
What the hell? Wheels on the bus. I love that video.
It's getting a fresh
Yeah,
turkey.
it's very funny.
She's so scary.
Okay, there it is. Wait, let me just turn up the volume. You You guys can watch it on the computer screen
Is
right
he
here.
a fresh turkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's being delivered
And so
tomorrow.
just little. 1 minute out. I have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Kosher salt, fresh ground pepper.
She's 1 minute before she's going
maybe
air.
chop
Montel
up a little
Williams.
thyme,
Montel Williams.
And just
Thank you,
and then
Gabby.
you
Thanks,
can mix
Gabby.
it even with okay. So do the salt and pepper all over it, like just like lather that baby up, right? With the, on the outside.
Lather that
in the
baby up.
cavity. You could also chop up.
She's
do-
so
but not
expressive
the
with her
thyme, just the salt
hands.
and pepper. Mix that up also with some thyme. You could even do a little rosemary if you want. Under the skin
Rosemary
with
if you
some
want.
butter.
This person's
Before you
looming
cook
over her with the phone.
So that
I love. Wait, I need that. That
Before you
last
cook
moment is really beautiful.
under the
Before you're
skin
gonna
with
cook
some
it.
butter. Before you're gonna cook
Butter.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Before you're gonna cook.
She's so interesting.
Dude,
it.
she's
Butter will just melt
you
it.
can tell.
She's
Get a nice
Xanax
big
clean.
bottle
You can
of
tell
Those
she's
antibiotics.
like the way she's
To baste
talking, the
with
way she
butter.
moves
Yes,
when
hi.
she talks. You can tell she gets kind of freaky with it. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
definitely.
Like,
Definitely.
I feel like after like 3 drinks, I start kind of
Totally.
talking like that. Where you're
Totally.
like you're leaning forward really hard, like your hands are going.
Before you're gonna cook it.
Right. You're using your whole body to talk.
I
It's
think
like
pe-
she's really riding something.
I think people describing food is really funny.
Totally.
Just
is
chop up
funny.
some thyme, some rosemary if you want.
And the picturing this guy like watching this video back in order to do the recipe and like stopping after every step.
It's like putting it in the cavity.
So he's like, wait, the salt and pepper too? No, it's just under the skin, the butter, the thyme
You put the butter. You
On-
lather that baby up.
in the cavity.
Bro, she's so bizarre.
Yeah.
She's bizarre. Would you?
I
vote?
think she's gotten more likable. Like the more L's she takes, I think the more she kind of becomes charming to me.
You think she
'Cause
should lean into being weird like this?
Yeah, because she is like the Veep now, you know, where she's like she's William Meyerson.
No, Selena Myers.
Selena Myers.
Jesus Christ.
William? Her name?
Selena
Dreyfus's
Myers.
character?
Yeah, whatever her
William Myers.
William Myers. A Veep?
Yeah.
She says all that crazy stuff.
I'm the part of my brain that can remember names is basically broken.
That's
So
okay.
so you're like kind of doing an ableism thing.
His name sender is broken.
We're microaggressing you.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, she's obviously just been like shut away by the Biden administration and has to do like the worst jobs.
Totally.
And or come out, be like trotted out on stage to do some like media gaffe and then like ushered back into whatever.
You got to
room.
come out and be
Right.
weird.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just like they have to like just prop her up at all the most insane shit.
Totally.
And so what's she supposed to say and all these
Totally.
insane. Yeah, I guess you're convincing me to like have a little bit more sympathy for her.
Yeah.
But I think she is being crazy. She could be trying to talk about important stuff at any moment.
It's
She
funny because
doesn't.
I never thought of this, but when you're a politician, like a president or vice president, you can kind of make up the projects you want to do.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's on rails. I mean, I think a lot of it is on rails, but if you're the VP
You're
and
like
you're
in charge of like culture and vibes.
yeah,
the
you do
VP.
vibes, you can do like a ton of shit. You're like, I'm gonna throw a fucking big ass party. It's gonna be like Project X. No one's ever gonna forget it.
You know what's interesting, and especially because she's a woman, is that kind of used to be like the first lady's role. But like Jill Biden doesn't do shit.
It's
You
true.
know what I
Jill
mean?
Biden's not in the picture.
She's not like, here's my big like campaign thing, like, you know, like kids dieting or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Bullying.
Bullying. She's not talking about shooters.
Well, didn't they give her? Biden was like, he was like, well, you can solve the border crisis.
Is that what she?
Yeah.
Wait, Kamala or Jill Biden?
Joe Biden, like the Biden administration was like to Kamala was like, okay, Kamala, you're on the border crisis.
What's she doing? Well,
Well,
I
I
should
think
see her describing how to
she
make a
must-
turkey at the
she
fucking
must-
border.
I mean, she must have just like passed that hot potato on, but like that is talking about like doing someone dirty. Like that's like basically one of the worst types of things you could like pass to a person who you want to be like.
Totally. He's like, do you want to get blamed for the outcome
Yeah,
of this
exactly.
for forever and have
Yeah,
that be your
exactly.
legacy? She's
Totally.
like, no,
Totally.
no thanks.
You're in charge of the trans bathroom
Yeah.
issue.
You have
A
to
popular
crack that one.
Listen, this Balenciaga thing.
just kind of
you're gonna
solve
have
it, you know? Yeah.
Just fix it.
Totally.
Well, I wish her luck. And, you know, if she ran, we're all gonna vote for her.
That's right.
That's right.
As president?
Well, yeah, because some people are like, Biden's not gonna run. I think he's gonna run, but if he didn't run, who's gonna run instead of him?
And instead of her? A lot of people.
Like who? Name one.
Ron DeSantis.
That's not my job. Shouldn't the left be just like searching and searching every minute of the day for like a viable replacement? Isn't that the project? Who's doing that? Who's in charge of that?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
Maybe that's what all those emails are about.
There's no way. I haven't opened any of those.
The ones that are like,
Like we've got
the ones that are
new
like,
guy.
Carly, hello.
Do you know a guy
Hello?
or a girl or whoever?
Yeah.
Or is it you? Yeah.
Yeah. From Nancy Pelosi, and she's like, Carly, show me your bobs.
Show me Bob's.
Show
Bob's, please. She's like, hey, honey, show Bob's,
Show
please.
bobs, please. You're so sweet.
Yeah, that is what those emails say. Bruh. If the Secret Service came to your door and it was like a Disney Channel movie where they were like, we need you to be president.
Oh my
The president has been
God.
shot down, and for some weird reason, it's got to be you.
It's gotta be you.
What's your first thing that you do in office?
I read this pilot once when I had an internship where I had to read like pilots where
Okay.
like the premise was like every week, I guess, like every citizen gets chosen and you get to be like president for the week, and it just like rotates.
Wow.
Like a new citizen every week. is
That would create
president.
such a huge legitimacy crisis.
That's right.
How could you have any continuity? Was that what it was about? Was it a problem of continuity?
And it was it was about like a regular guy being president every week, and then like a mom.
So
and
it's like an anthology show. It doesn't follow one character. It follows many
Yes.
different ones.
Yeah.
That's the first problem. Networks are not buying anthology shows.
Who's the main character in that?
You need
then?
a main character. Network.
It would be funny if the main character was the vice president, and then the president was a different person all the time.
Oh, and then they get but even then it's like
There's already Veep.
you can't have a secondary character that's always different.
Why
I mean,
not?
you could. I just think it would be
It's
a
about
hard
breaking the
sell.
rules are made to be broken.
No,
You know
television is a conservative medium, Carly.
how many TV shows do you have on the air right now?
Well, how many do you have on the air?
That's right.
Guys, stop this. Okay, break it up. I don't like to see
TV
my
show on the
friends.
air?
I don't know. I don't like to see my friends fight like this, especially about a thing I care about so much.
Oh my
I don't know if I
gosh.
have a TV show on the air.
Sanctity of- I know I don't have a TV show on the air, but that may change pretty soon.
After this TikTok, you just
Yeah.
It's a TV show about when you're watching a boy play video games and you ask
Dude.
questions just to make sure you're
What
allowed.
kind of
Gracious.
DMs do you get on TikTok?
Well, on TikTok, I don't think I've gotten any DMs.
We have
I've gotten a
to. You
lot
can
of
only get
replies.
DMs from like people who follow you, but like
Oh,
People you follow.
People I follow.
it's a mutual
so
follow.
none.
Mufos.
Mufos.
My
But do you don't?
mutuals.
But
Only
do
mufos.
people be like, "Yo, your stand-up is so sick"?
in their like comments? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, in
The
the
comments
comments.
are really nice.
of course. Yeah. I guess I'm searching for if there's a stand-up equivalent of this. But if you're an animator, there's like I get a lot of DMs on TikTok that are like, "Yo, I love your animations. I would love to be a voice in your thing sometime."
Whoa.
I actually do my own work. Here's a link to all my shit.
I guess there's no real way to collaborate like that when you're a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Someone's like, I
you know?
got a bunch of premises and I want you to do them.
Totally.
I have a bar
That's
that
how
needs to be filled.
Adam Sandler used to do stand-up. He had like a writing partner, and he would write for him.
Back in the day, that's
That's how you do it.
how you do it. You would
You have like
submit
a
jokes.
smarter,
You would write
shy
Borscht
guy
Belt.
who's like writing jokes for the performer.
for the big, bald, loud guy.
Mm-hmm.
For the Don Rickles
I think that's so
type.
smart. I think it's smart to recognize like I'm the writer. Maybe I'm not the performer. Maybe this other guy should say the jokes.
Yeah, but I guess that's not how stand-up works now. Does
Sure.
anyone get their shit written? Do you think?
Like Kevin Hart.
Do you think Kevin Hart
Oh,
gets
for
writers?
sure. He has like a team of people who write for him.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. I think this is like kind of common knowledge.
No, I mean, I believe you. I it makes sense, but I feel like it's not like the stand-up that we have in our head is not that kind of old-timey stand-up. It's like, I just tell jokes, and
Right.
the jokes can be anything. We think of stand-ups as like auteurs or like creators of their own
Yes,
thing.
and we're more invested in like the personal connection. And
Right.
You can't be a Nanette if that's not your story.
Then that's got a whole writer's room of people.
That's right. Yeah, just a
what would-
diverse writer.
What should happen next? What
they're
funny
hammering
thing
out-
will
What if
happen
she got
next?
harassed by some guys at a bus stop?
Okay, that's
right.
funny.
Okay, we're gonna put that down.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like we're done,
Okay,
Cool.
right?
fine.
We're done.
I'm hungry.
Okay. Well, I got nothing for you to eat, Karli. So, well, thanks for coming, everybody who watched.
I hope this was helpful. I hope our summary of different news items
Yeah, I really hope we cleared some
keeps you
things
on
up.
track, and you can use all that your newfound knowledge at work with your coworkers or with friends and
Totally.
family.
At happy hour tonight.
But
Yeah.
remember, this
Your
information
coworkers.
is only valid this week. Next week, you're gonna have to listen back in because there will be
That's
new,
right.
New information,
stupid
That's
stories.
new
right.
details.
And
We'll have-
subscribe to the Twitch stream so you can get weekly updates.
and keep calm and raising on.
That's right. Keep calm and reason on.
That's right.